Hello guys, today we'll be discussing on solar photo voltaic system. So myself Nishant Golcha, USN 1V20CS 104. I'm from Sri Venkateshwar College of Engineering. So what is a photovoltaic system? A photovoltaic system is also called as photovoltaic power system or solar PV system or casually solar array. It is nothing but a power system designed to supply usable solar power by means of photovoltaics. Photovoltaics, it is a method of it is nothing but a method of converting solar energy into direct current electricity using a semiconducting material. This is the most important that exhibit the photovoltaic effect. A photovoltaic system employs solar panel composed of a number of solar cells to supply usable solar power. So here the power generation from solar PV has long been seen as a clean, sustainable energy technology which draws upon the planet's most plentiful and widely distributed renewable energy sources, which is the sun. So yeah, this is the figure of the photovoltaic system. Here we contain a cell, then the module, then the array. The sun will be reflecting on the solar PV array. From the solar PV array, it will go into the DC voltage input. Then the sun tie inverter, which emits the AC voltage output into the main utility breaker panel. Sorry. Then it will move further to AC utility meter and then to the solar power AC to grid. That's all in this photovoltaic system. Diagram of photovoltaic system. The components, as we discussed earlier, are the solar array, cabling, mounting system, solar trackers, solar inverters, charge controller, battery. So then comes the PV technology classification. It is nothing but a thin film technology. It is only the silicon film technology, which is the monocrystalline and polycrystalline. So let's discuss it one by one. Then the thin film technology. It is basically when the silicon is deposited in a continuous or on a base material such as glass, metal, or polymer. Uh, its efficiency ranges from 5% to 13%. Thin film crystalline solar cell. It basically consists of layers about 10 micrometer thick compared with 200 to 300 micrometer layers for crystalline silicon cells. The pros and cons of the thin film technologies is that pros is the it is low cost substrate and fabricating process. The cons are the it is not very stable to use. Then comes the silicon crystalline technology. It currently makes up the 86% of the PV market. It is very stable with module efficiencies which ranges from 10% to 16%. So the monocrystalline PV cell, they are basically used for the conversion efficiency for this type of cell, which ranges from 13% to 17%, and can generally be said to be in wide commercial use in good light condition. It is the most efficient photovoltaic cell. Then then comes the polycrystalline PV cell. So, what is polycrystalline PV cell? It is nothing but the production of this cell, which is economically more efficient compared to monocrystalline. The efficiency ranges of polycrystalline PV cell ranges from 10% to 14%. So, moving on to the next slide, We have the working of solar cell, yeah, which is the most important one. So the photovoltaics PV cell are made up of at least two semiconductor layer. First one is the first one is the positive charge, and the second one is the negative charge. Sunlight consists of little particles of solar energy called photon. As the PV cell is exposed to the sunlight, many of the photons are reflected. As they are reflected, the it passes right through or absorbed by the solar cell. When the enough photons are absorbed by the negative layer of the photovoltaic cell, electrons are freed from the negative semiconductor material, which then moves to the second layer, which are connected to an external load. The electrons which flows through the circuit, which basically creates the electricity. Each individual solar energy cell produces only 1 to 2 watt base. That's it. So to increase the power output, cells are combined in a weather tight package called a solar module. This module from 1 to several thousand are then wired up in serial or parallel with one another into what's called a so- solar array, which is basically used to create the desired voltage and amperage. Then we have the construction of solar cell, which will be having the glass, the metal contact, PN junction, P type semiconductor, N type semiconductor. So yeah, you can go through the diagram of the construction of the solar cell. It's very easy. So then we will be having the characteristics, which is the commercial lighting. It is basically the PV powered lighting systems are reliable and low cost alternatives. So security, billboard, sign, area, and the outdoor lighting are all viable application for PV. Yeah, the second one is the consumer electronics, solar powered watches. Then the calculators and the cameras are all everyday. These are all everyday application for PV technologies. Then we have the telecommunication. Then we have and we have residential power. A residence located more than a mile from the electric grid can install a PV system more inexpensively than extending the electric ground. Like over 5 lakh homes worldwide uses PV power as their only source of electricity. So that's all. Thank you guys.